Hey guys, this is MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another fighting game centered video. But before I begin, I just want to thank all of you for support with my Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite discussion video that I uploaded 2 days ago. It was quite fun putting it together, and I see how passionate all of you are regarding Capcom and how they are handling the franchise in terms of its design and promotional campaign for the series. Some of you may or may not agree with my reasoning behind how I feel about the game, and that's fine. We are all entitled to our opinion, and it's good that we all can get together and share our thoughts on our favorite fighting games. And this is why I decided to create this video. It seems as though the fighting game genre isn't going to slow down anytime soon, and I believe Arc System Works may be the company that will lead us into a new era of fighting games. I mean, Arc System is by far one of the most passionate fighting game developers in the industry right now, and it's good to see that they have been getting enough spotlight that they deserve. You know, so for years Arc System has been pretty much a company who create anime type fighting games for a niche audience. For a long time there has somewhat been a divide between anime fighters and traditional fighters like Street Fighter, Tekken, and KOF, but that changed once Arc System Works has finally been given the opportunity to create a fighting game based on a popular mainstream anime known as Dragon Ball. Even if you aren't a fan of Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball series, you were still familiar with their appearance. And since Capcom has been disappointing their fan base with Street Fighter V and the controversy which is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, fans are beginning to look elsewhere for their fighting game itch, and Dragon Ball FighterZ has just been that itch to be satisfied with. Players who has always enjoyed Capcom fighting games but never given Arc System games a chance are now willing to give them a try because of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and this is a good thing. And I want to be honest with everyone when I say this. I have always been intimidated by Arc System fighting games because they are a barrier to entry. The skill level for most of their games are pretty high. It wasn't until 2012 when I first played a Guilty Gear game that was released on Xbox Live Arcade, and the issue that I had with them in the past was finding players who had a similar skill level, you know, that of my own. It was really hard, and no matter how hard I tried to practice in that game, I would go online and pretty much get obliterated, and it became seriously discouraging for me, and that was why I stayed away from most of their games until I gave it another try with Persona 4 Arena, which I really enjoyed for pretty much a good length of time until I moved on to another Capcom fighter that was being released during that time. So Arc System really reminded me how beautiful 2D sprited fighting games really are, and the passion behind these designs are shown within their character select screen, music, and animations found in their special attacks. 2D sprited fighting games are hard to come by nowadays. KOF 13 was the last 2D fighter from SNK before going completely 3D models, and looks like Skullgirls is one of the few that's left that will continue this trend besides Arc System Works. But after the reveal of Dragon Ball FighterZ, what does this mean for fighting games, mainly anime fighters? It pretty much has most definitely sparked interest in SNK considering to do a crossover with Arc System Works, and if Dragon Ball FighterZ become a success, then maybe other Japanese game developers may consider making competitive fighting games based on mainstream anime series. Despite what Capcom has done with Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, can you imagine a Naruto, Bleach, or Fairy Tail fighting game created by Capcom, or better yet, Shonen Jump vs. Capcom game? Even though I haven't really played much of BlazBlue, but it was that game that was responsible for Arc System earning enough capital needed to purchase the rights back for the Guilty Gear franchise from Sega. The revival of Guilty Gear has sparked my interest in giving the franchise once again another chance, and now that Guilty Gear XR Rev 2 has been released, I had to pick up a copy and haven't regretted my purchase ever since. But now, with Dragon Ball FighterZ on the horizon, it has now given Arc System more exposure, and hopefully others will give their fighting games a try. But what I really want to talk about before closing the video is their new crossover game called BlazBlue Tag Battle. If you have been part of the Mugen community as long as I have, then you would know that this was something bound to happen, and I truly believe that Mugen and the fighting games from these big companies go hand in hand with one another. Now, I have already seen comments during this reveal, and and seeing how some people are pointing out the hypocrisy that the community has criticized Capcom for when it comes to recycling assets, but praise Arc System for doing the same thing with this crossover. But I'm pretty sure that Arc System will be pretty much adding new characters to this game as well, but we will have to wait and see for that. Because of this game and Dragon Ball FighterZ, it made me realize that there are more options out there in terms of fighting games besides Capcom Fighters. Hell, Arika has made a return to the fighting game genre, and we are still waiting on Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I believe no one should wish for a company to fail because of their business practices, because competition is good for the industry, and as long as the community support other fighting games, pretty much force other competitors to change their way of handling how they develop their flagship titles. At first, I thought with all the fighting games we would suffer from another fighting game fatigue, but that seems to be the opposite because of how much the industry has changed since then because of sponsorships, esports, live streaming, and other avenues to promote these games. Arc System Works truly deserve the praise for their hard work and dedication to creating a product that is sharp and true to its fan base. But that about wraps everything up for this video. So what do you think about Arc System Works' new crossover game? Do you think there's a connection between Mugen and BlazBlue Tag Battle? Will we experience another fighting game fatigue in the near future? What other games or what other fighting games would you love to see based on mainstream anime franchises? Do you think competition is good for the industry? If you like this video, then make sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information related to gaming. This is MugenLord, and I'm signing off.